With the paint fumes, we're gonna get pretty loose pretty soon.
I feel like I'm high as fuck right now.
Yeah, like 20 minutes in, I'll be like, wow, this interview is going so well. Like everything you're saying is hilarious. So you're not open yet?
We're not open yet.
Okay. So what is the most important thing to you when putting together your walk-in?
Some walk-ins are like a perfect box, but not this one, as you can kind of see. It's like a little pentagon, hexagon situation. So I think finding like that speed rag that like really maximizes the use of your space.
Can you tell us what will your favorite ingredient be on the menu? What are we gonna find inside your walk-in?
You're gonna find chorizo in here. You're gonna find a lot of cheese, tortillas, of course, a lot of cilantro. That's probably like the #1 herb that we're working with. Building a very consistent menu that we can track profit-wise is what is becoming more important to me now, learning how to be like an owner and a partner. It's like a lot of my menus before were like passion projects, you know? It's like, I love working with this, I love working with that, I love making this, but now how can I make money, you know, and pay rent and pay people that work here?
Well, now you're on both sides of the coin, right? You're leading the creative charge, but you also have an additional layer of responsibility to make sure that your food costs and your labor are matching up because you're a partner.
Exactly.
How did that feel when you got approached to be a partner?
I was definitely freaking out. I like played it cool. I was just like, let me think about it. Like, I'll get back to you. Why don't we just schedule a meeting? I'll have my people call your people. And I like clicked and I was like, like I called my mom and I'm like, guess what? You know, and I mean, in my head, I had already said yes. It wasn't like the first time that somebody has offered me like a partner job, but it was the first time that I kind of felt like, it felt like they were really trying to meet my needs, you know? And I feel like it's really scary to like, nobody teaches you how to be a chef and then an owner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we spend so much time in the kitchen, you know, practicing recipes and knife cuts and techniques that we don't even have the time to go and like take business classes, you know? So I think it was like a shock for me where I realized that I have no idea about any of this shit, you know? And I was like, what does it really mean to be a partner? And like how, you know, how serious am I gonna take that? Is it who I am? Okay,
so are you sheet trays or straight on the metro?
No, I'm sheet trays for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I
cut
like sheet
tape
trays.
Or rip tape?
I like cut tape, like the little tape dispenser. Yeah, it looks nice.
Are you a fish tubs or no fish tubs?
I like fish tubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your leadership style in like one sentence?
Ooh. Respectful.
What are your hopes for this restaurant?
Success.
What does success mean?
Success means everyone that's part of the project all around is benefiting from it. Like the people that come here feel like they got what they wanted, and the people that work here feel like it's a positive environment for them to be in.
Yeah.
So me being able to make the food that I want, the people that come here being able to order the things and get the service that they want, and the people that work here finding themselves in a positive environment.
What have you found to be stressful about the opening process?
I think all the little moving parts and coordinating with people, you know, like for example, the console system needs to be on. And once it's on, the electrician has to connect it to the gas valve, you know, or some shit like that. And then I don't even know what it is, you know? And then we have to call this guy back to come and like put the fire extinguishers on, and then the fire department has to come and like make sure that they did it all right, and if they didn't, then you have to like start all over. And there's so many people involved that it's just like you have to be so organized, you know? Like I've become like the calendar person that it's like if I don't put it in my calendar, I am not there, you know?
Totally. What is something about chef culture, kitchen culture that you love, something that you hate?
I love when you're just like, you know, with your team and you guys are just like in the shits, banging it out, and everyone knows maybe everything's not going as it should go, but It's like you're a superhero. That's how I feel. Like I'm a Power Ranger, you know? I'm like slicing shit, like chef's like fire this, and I'm like running for it, you know? Like I love that like adrenaline, and I don't know, it's just like the best thing ever, you know? I love like deep cleaning the walk-in. I love taking everything out and like scrubbing the floor and like putting it back in, you know, and being like, wow, like shiny.
Like, I accomplished something.
Yeah, if you don't like cleaning, you don't like cooking.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my rules. What I don't like about it is how much time you have to commit to it. We make it look easy, like, oh, you know, you're just here and now you like are a partner in a bar and like you just came out of nowhere, and it's like, well, actually I've like ignored my entire family and life for like the past 10 years of my life, and like I'm, you know, a little weird because of that now, you know?
That's all it takes to become a partner in a restaurant.
Yeah,
just ignore your family for 10 years, all your responsibilities, and you too can work 80 hours a week as a partner of a restaurant. Yeah.
There you go.
You said like when you're in the shits, like what do you do to get your team out of the shits? How do you motivate them?
Like you have to really get to know your team and figure out like what works best for that person, you know, because sometimes, you know, so for me, it's a lot of like figuring out the people that I work with and almost working around them, or working so that I get the best out of them, you know.
This is your first really opportunity to like do your food at your own restaurant, right?
Yeah.
So what do you hope people come in for, and how are you hoping to get them to return and make them a regular?
I hope that people come in with an open mind, not putting the food in like a category per se, to say like this is Mexican food. They maybe can find the Mexican techniques and identify, you know, where the influence is, but not necessarily be like, oh yeah, I came here to eat Mexican food. What will hopefully bring people back is just like the more comfortable approach to it. Like, it's not that serious. We're in a bar. We want you to get drunk and like eat with your hands, you know what I mean?
What's your like go-to shift drink then?
I'm a beer shot combo.
Okay.
Yeah, well mezcal and like, I don't know, an Estrella or Modelo, whatever you have back there, light beer.
Right.
Yeah.
We're partying. Well mezcal.
Yeah, after my 2 double oat cappuccinos, I like to finish my night with a beer and a shot combo.
You're like, I start off strong and keep it going all the way through. When did you move here? What brought you here?
Yeah, so I moved here 5 years ago. I used to work for David Chang in Los Angeles. Before working with him, my career was primarily in fine dining. So I worked at Spago, I worked at Providence, like 2 Michelin restaurants. I was like, I'm in the Michelin game, you know what I mean? I'm like, I got my tweezers, I got my Sharpie. I was so stressed out. I was like, oh my God, you know, like I'm working so hard, my life sucks, I get yelled at, no one appreciates me. I found out David Chang was coming to LA and he was opening a restaurant. I'm like, that guy's so cool, like he has like mind of a chef. Like, I'm like, it's probably like more casual, but still very like technique forward. And I quit my job, I go work for him. Lots of things happened in that place that I don't even think we have enough time to talk about.
You glossed over that pretty easily.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a big learning lesson, you know. I was like, maybe I do want to go back to Michelin. One thing led to another. I ended up leaving Majordomo, and then David reached out to me, and he was like, I was kind of like in a, I think I quit cooking, like life moment, you know. I was like, you know what, I tried it, it's not for me, I don't have what it takes. And he reached out to me and he was like, I think you're making a big mistake, and I think you're kind of like stuck in a bubble that you've never seen anything else before, and you should go to New York. And I was like, that's insane. Like, I would never, you know? And then 3 months later, I call him up and I'm like, remember the offer? And he flew me out and like let me trail at Momofuku Co., which was my first job moving into New York. So fine dining and working for somebody else in general doesn't matter what you like, and it's not about your opinions and what you think. So I think my self-esteem at that time was very much like, there's no way I can be right, you know, about a decision, because I'm always wrong.
Yara, thanks for inviting me to talk inside your almost fully functional walk-in.
Let's go hang out with the Jaguar.
Let's do it.